world's gone crazy. No ifs, and buts, or maybe. The world's gone crazy.
This world's gone crazy. No ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. This world's gone crazy. If you don't believe me, then relieve me of these beliefs whereby you receive me for understanding to perceive me. For beginners, you got a sharp tongue. That's really a dog one.
I'm there trying to be right. I wasn't propagating Islam on the job. I was just coming to work and doing the best job I could, and wasn't going out getting high and doing all these other things that all these other people was doing. One day, when this money kept coming down, I put something aside. I act like I was putting something aside, because every time I put it up, I come back, it's not in the same place. So I act like I was gonna steal it. And when they went away, when the group went away for lunch, for the break, I stayed behind, which I normally would not stay behind. So I stayed behind. Now they set up, we got them now.
Right.
Huh? I went into the corner where I had put the tray, and grabbed my coat. Now they think I got this tray in my coat.
Oh, okay.
They couldn't wait to bust me. They came running out of the little hideaway, and I had never in all my years seen anybody in there or go through there.
Yeah.
So they definitely was sitting on me.
Right.
And before they could get to me, I turned around real quick and gotcha. And they look like the guy on Get Smart. Bumbling idiots. And they supposed to be agents. I said, got you. I said, don't you know I'm Muslim? Nah, I know that ate them up, because I was antagonizing them. And Muslims don't steal. True believing Muslims don't steal. I believed in the Holy Quran.
Yeah.
I said, you can't get me with that. You can't get me with stealing, because I'm not going. Why would I have to steal if I got a legitimate job? I'm following the law's guidance. I'm not living above my means. I don't have the excessive needs, because Allah has set me up.
Right.
Why should I trust that I got to do the devil's work to live better?
Right.
You know? So it's the same thing with the eating of swine flesh. That's what the point I was trying to make. If you follow the Lord's guidance, you don't need to do these excessive things. You just got to trust the Lord and have patience.
Right.
Be of faith and have patience. Our people, so many people, religious people, they don't have patience that they need, and that's how they can get, taken off and steered in the wrong direction, because the Lord gives you a path to the right of righteousness, but it also gives you the path of wrongness.
Yeah.
Many paths of wrongness.
Yeah.
The Lord could destroy all them paths of wrongness if it wanted to. But it gives you that path, and it make it clear for you. Then it lets you know about all these other paths, if that's what you want to mingle in.
Yeah.
And so yeah, people will call us deluded. They can't believe that the Lord has saved us. They can't believe that the Lord is blessing us. They can't believe that we can relate to the Lord unseen and the angels and the people in the dead world and different things that the Lord has offered us. You understand? Yeah. And at the same time, those who are in the know have told the people in general in religion, stay away from mysticism. That's evil. That's the devil's work.
Right.
So the people of religion will never, for the most part, commonly will never get to the soul, to the true spirit, to the true insight, which only comes through psychic phenomena, through mysticism, through the same thing that the prophets, all the prophets of the enlightenment, of the Christ enlightenment had.
Right.
They can never come to that, because they listening to something that's cutting them off at the pass, man. Breaking them down at the fork in the road.
Yes.
I didn't mean for that to take so long, but you know,
No, I usually broke that
I'm
down.
getting up in age, man. I just slowing down a little bit here.
And in spite of the world getting up in age, all the individuals, they just get more and more used to getting disconnected from that conscience, that soul connection, you know. How did Ahezaah says it in the Quran, their evil is made fair seeming to them.
And that's what I was just thinking. I was waiting for you to finish talking to say that. And that's where they hurt. Because those things seem fair, that's where our world is at now. In the commonplace. It all seems fair, so what is it to stop them from doing the things they do?
Yeah. And then you have a government that support all that evil.
Right.
You know, like the man stole all these people money, billions of dollars, and they know that he stole the money. How was he able to post bail? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Well, I don't know who you're talking about.
no, because you don't watch TV, you don't watch the news. But you understand what I'm saying? So that's
Madoff,
him doing that. It's like that guy from Enron, what was the first one?
Enron.
See how things is just copying each other? So before you know it, you're going to have all these people that's stealing all this money because nothing is being done. So everybody said, oh, well, he stole $145 billion. Let me steal 200 or something. Because, you know, now everybody is doing the same thing as copycat crime and what have you, and it's okay.
Well, you know, it's been a long history with white-collar crime.
Oh, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And as opposed to blue-collar or no-collar. But back in my days, in the early days in the ghetto, white-collar crime simply meant somebody who was white that had a collar. It didn't matter what damn color the collar was. Huh?
Right.
Now, if they, you know, I mean, you know brothers who will go and maybe rob a bank and get 25 years.
25, if he had a gun, he have life.
For maybe getting away with $500.
Absolutely.
White collar, $5 billion. Get a lawyer, they get no time.
Just have to pay a fine.
And that used to happen a lot back in the day.
And
If you was the right color, forget the collar, the collar. And your crime was great enough, then you was at a different level. You know, the laws in this free country, in this just country, is so uneven, so imbalanced for race. I wonder if Barack Obama gonna change that. If when I go into court and being caught up in a crime, am I gonna be treated like the Caucasians being treated and judged in that same way? I wonder. Because there's unity in the community of the White House now. For real.
Yeah.
We got a white and a black man in one in the White House.
Well, can I quote?
So we got unity.
Can I quote a reverend
For
a
real.
minute? Can I quote a reverend for a minute though? Reverend Richard.
Okay.
Because in the system of justice, it's just us.
It's just
that's in the penitentiary. And the law is so funny because it's not. I can watch television or I can hear the television on, and because how racist society is, I ain't gotta actually physically see TV, hear the crime. I guess the brother did that. By the nature of the crime now, nickeling down, knocked over a gas station. I said, brother.
Well, back in the day.
And he got 30 years for that. For that little nickel down.
I know a sister
No pardon.
that had got caught so many times robbing brothers and black insurance men and cutting them and shooting them and what have you, and would get 8 months, 16 months, or 6 months, you know, and messed around and went up to Maplewood and robbed a gas station for gas. For gas. And the guy tried to get her, stop her, and she stabbed him in the arm. And she got 25 years. Just like that.
Because she was in Maplewood.
White boy.
Caucasian.
I don't mean to sound racist or anything,
but
because it ain't. But we're talking about the uneven justice in this society. You know, back in the day, you know who did a crime without looking at TV, like you said.
Yeah.
We're looking for this. There was a crime committed. A guy 5'10" black, and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
We're looking for a guy who committed a crime in the Anderson section of New York City.
Right.
Last seen, he was 5'10", so many hundreds of pounds. Last seen, wait a minute, what color was he?
That's when they don't even say what color.
Hey, how about this one? Man being arrested, right? Full photo and handcuffs. Black man.
Yeah.
White man, the cops trying to help him.
Coat over the head.
The cops trying to help
No
him.
handcuffs.
And no handcuffs.
Watch
in
your
the car.
step, Lee. Watch
Watch
your
your
step.
steps,
Yeah.
That's the evil justice that Allah.
And it starts right there at the arrest.
Right there.
It starts right at the arrest. How could that young man on the internet get shot in the back like that, and this guy be still working with pay, being suspended? They wanted. You don't have to investigate anything. You see what happened.
And then they
And the guy
didn't
wasn't
question
resistant.
him.
The guy never resisted the whole arrest.
But the whole
Right.
thing was from the New Year's Eve up to the time I saw it, which probably was on the 7th or the 8th. Or
It happened in Oakland.
they had not yet questioned the cop that shot him, talking about because he just had a baby. He just had a baby. Woman just lost her baby.
Just took somebody's baby.
right.
Life.
But he just had a baby, so they didn't even question him.
And why is it that ABC can actually film this and not show it around the country? Isn't ABC a national,
Yeah.
Oh, it was
international news?
Let me tell you what happened. The people that was on the scene let their stuff hit the internet. Then the news started
Trickling out.
Had to,
out.
yeah.
But it wasn't. They wasn't trying to put that out there. And the whole thing
I was
is,
like, why they riding in Oakland?
the whole thing
Oh,
is,
they
our
was
people
saying, oh,
better
yeah.
know that it's hunting season.
But the
Yeah.
sad part about it is that anytime our people ride, we only tear up
Within our own
where we live,
live.
because in actuality, our people still are afraid of the Caucasian. We still got that slave mentality, that bug in us where we're not supposed to really disturb master.
Yeah, they won't revolt for real. They won't revolt.
No, they won't revolt against that which
Master.
they
Say,
see
right.
and could feel of that master, who still masters them. But they'll revolt against the Lord Most High because the master then told them, don't worry, you only live once,
Yeah.
in this life. Don't believe what the Lord said and through his prophets about there's a life hereafter. And you go on there immediately upon the expulsion of your mind from this body.
And the thing is, I know me personally, I cannot help but get mad at our people. Now, when they had this Gina 6 thing, all them thousands and thousands of black people went down to Gina 6 and marched, wearing out them shoes again. Now, almost a year ago, one of the children that was involved that went to jail for one of the black children that went to jail behind that tree incident, cousin was tasered 7 times by a Caucasian cop. He was wanted for cocaine possession. They ran up on him, and the things that white people will write cracks me up too. 2 cops ran up on him, but the other cop, why he got tasered, because the other cop just had open heart surgery, so he couldn't help his partner subdue the guy, and the guy was 100 pounds more than the cop that was trying to subdue him. So he used his taser gun 5 times. They got him down, they put him in handcuffs, they put him in the car, and he must have been back there moaning or something. So when they got him to the precinct, he tasered him 2 more times, and but he was killed. They saying they tased him 2 more times. It was 5,000 something watts of electricity that went through his body every time they tased him. Now the autopsy said that he was dead after the 5th taser. So they still was
And they
tasing
tased
the
him 2
dead
more
man.
times.
He was moaning that car. He was.
Well, what it is that it's just like you get 20 cops and there's one guy and somebody set off a firecracker and they all start shooting and can't stop because their mind goes. This guy got involved. He became perverted. He liked tasering this guy because his hatred for this guy being connected with that family, and he couldn't stop, and he had to show his boys.
Mhm. Now,
You know, so
now
you know.
this is the deal. They ruled autopsy, man. They did 3 autopsies. They ruled it as a homicide.
Homicide.
Is that cop arrested or locked up for this guy? No. Not at all.
Yeah, but we living in this society. But you know, it's so much uneven justice here, and like Dre said, it's open season.
Oh,
Go
no
on.
doubt. No
You
doubt.
know, but no, the guy's not arrested. Then when they did the history of this guy, they had got the taser guns, and they had 12 incidents
History
of
of the
when
police.
the police.
Yeah.
They had 12 incidents where the taser gun was used. 10 was used by him. All African American.
All African Americans.
But you don't see nobody, you don't see a Sharpton, nobody else trying to put on some boots and go down there and march for that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. We march to be seen.
They loud.
You know what I'm saying? We have no purpose.
Selective marching.
You know,
Yeah.
we have no purpose
like-
to try to get anything done, because if we had purpose to try to get things done, we would recognize that we need to take responsibility and start educating, truly start educating our own.
Well, you know,
About
Martin,
the traps that's out there set for them, and then try to set up a situation where you could become more independent, and then try to get out of their neighborhoods. We the type of person, you gonna love me. You know, women
Perverted. It's perverted.
women want to
It's perverted.
bust. They got that song, I bust your window out to your car, right? Why you busting the man window to his car? Because he don't want you. He don't want you. You got to accept that and keep it going.
Okay, I got to stop her now because she's ready to get into something else.
No, I was saying the same thing about us when it comes to Caucasians. They don't want to be bothered with us. Why we got to keep pushing ourselves on them?
You know why? Because we revolt against the Lord's word.
Yes.
Everybody know Kunta Kinte was a Muslim, even though the guy lied about roots.
Alex Haley.
Right? But the truth he told was that they came over and they had Quranic knowledge, information. You understand? And they believed in that way. They ain't believe in eating the hog. Okay. This thing was forced on the people here, right? Eating swine, eating whatever you could to survive, and then being stripped of the knowledge of yourself, the knowledge of your heritage, the knowledge of your language, the knowledge of your religion, being totally stripped and then given another knowledge, the Christian knowledge, right? And like I said in the show before, that wasn't good enough because our people always go for the best. So they try to get the best out of Christianity and got whipped for it as lately as Martin Luther King's people marching over that bridge getting whipped.
Yeah, down in Selma. Yeah.
They went and burned crosses in front of a church, God's church.
Blew up a church.
Huh?
Blew girls in it. Yeah.
You feel where I'm coming from? So the same people who gave us the religion don't respect the religion, and our people can't see through it because of that slave seed in us. And we refuse to make a change. The only change we can make as a people is if they tell us to make that change. And our people ain't gonna make that change. They're not gonna make it. That's why instead of them trying to get to what Christ called them to, what Jesus called them to, they're trying to get to what Abraham Lincoln called them to. What John F. Kennedy called them to. What Martin called them to. Politics, equality. So we could go into the same bathroom, so we could drink out of the same fountain, so we could walk hand in hand, so we could marry your women and you could marry ours. Well, they was already doing ours. You know, you feel where I'm coming from? And our people was not ready to make that change. We're not ready as a people to believe in something that's not coming out of the mouths of the Caucasian gen. Now, we will love Obama, Barack Obama, more than any black man that we will ever love. We will love him more than Martin if these first 4 years can go right. We will love him. Why? Because we know he's Caucasian and we know he's not a nigger. He ain't no nigger.
Nope.
And he's not a Negro. He's
African.
American.
That's right.
From what country? Kenya.
Kenya.
He's Kenyan. And he's faking like he's one of us. There's nothing in his seed that has the experience that we have. Maybe in his daughters, maybe his
wife,
children, maybe his wife. I don't know where she's from.
Right.
You understand? But we'll see what happens because it's a start. If we live long enough and the Lord don't destroy this nation and the people, you know, in the world, maybe we'll see if we can reach at least to where. Nobody no mixed country has really got us equal in their government, do they? England don't have it, Australia don't have it, Spain, Italy don't have it. The Moors took over Italy and they ain't got it. In Spain.
They ain't got over that yet.
And
They ain't got no that yet.
So there's no equality nowhere in the nations, not even in Canada. The French ain't got it up there.
Not in Africa.
Not in Africa. Well, they didn't went down and took over Africa.
Yeah.
You got to be somewhere out in the bush where they don't even want to be the rule.
Yeah. And they've been messing by colonization so bad that they turn on each other with no problem now.
Oh yeah, well, you know, see, the big fallacy is that the white man is the only devil, but that's a fallacy. Some of the worst people ever in the history of humankind has been dark-skinned people.
Yeah.
Not them Caucasians. It ain't just been it's been dark-skinned people. We just had not more than 50 years ago Idi Amin eating people.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You want to take over my country?
Maybe he was hungry.
Bite a piece of your ear off.
Yeah.
The ancient people of the holy books, those who were evil, were dark-skinned people.
They were dark-skinned people, yeah. The pharaohs,
Yeah.
the Jews, the Hebrews, they were those who turned against Allah, the Lord El. I mean, you know, even some of the Chinese, black Chinese. How many people know the way it is in China? You know, how many people know Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, was black? How many people know that?
Man, you know, once you dark, they cover that.
Yeah, they done turned his nappy hair into a doggone headdress on his statue.
The good ancient people were
That's
black
what I wonder
too.
about our people.
Yeah.
And the Bible says Jesus had hair like sheep wool. And then you go into their churches and you see this long, silky hair. And I said, okay.
No, they mistake a yak for a sheep.
I'm like, okay, my people. How far gone are you?
I think they focus more on the sheep than the wool.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you that our people have no respect for the Lord El. They have no respect for the all-powerful one. Their respect and their fear is to the people on earth, to the jinn, to the devil. I'm telling you, if you put people in a movie theater and you could hook them up on those electrons which register their emotions or what have you, and you throw a story about the devil or let them think the devil getting ready to be shown, and then let them think that the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord getting ready to be shown, and see which one they fear the most. They fear the devil the most. That which you fear, you will serve.
Yeah.
That which you fear, you will obey. They don't fear the Lord. The devil got them thinking that the Lord is all forgiving and gave his only son for the sins, so don't worry about the Lord. The Lord is a non-factor to them.
Right.
The one they got to be concerned about is what's going on in this life and the devil. So if I obey this devil and be good, then I'll be all right with the Lord because he don't really care. You know, how could he care when he just sent his own son down here to be stripped and bust down?
Right.
To die for our sins, our wretched selves. You know? So the only one we got to worry about is that devil. Well, who taught him that? The devil taught him that. The devil taught him that. People don't realize how powerful the devil is in the minds of men.
Yeah.
It ain't got no power out here. It got power in your mind. That what you allow it. That was the Lord allow you to give it for not submitting to it.
That's why I think my children totally disagree with me, but I believe that all them scary movies and stuff just help them to be more fearful of the devil. You don't take that stuff in and then leave the movie theater and throw it out. Walk behind someone that just watched the scary movie and go, ha, baby, ha.
Well, you don't even have to go that far. All you got to do is go back into the 60s, the 70s with Bruce Lee and watch how many people walking down the street kicking innocent people and chopping on kids. You grew up through that era,
The
didn't
effect
you?
of the movie.
Uh-huh. The effect. And Robert Redford said it best. We want to thank you for putting us in the position to lead the minds of the people.
Yeah.
We recognize our position. Robert Redford, he could have ran for president and won, and he just told the truth in one of them awards situation where he got an award said for us controlling the minds of the people. That's what the actors do.
Yeah.
Control the minds of the people. That's why they would take a great actor like Denzel Washington, and after he become holified, hallowed in the minds, consecrated in the minds of so many people, then they take, okay, we got to take this one and make him evil. Training Day and the rest of that evil stuff he doing. Why? Because he's up here talking about the goodness of children and how he was raised in the boys club and people going to the boys club. Now, we got to stop this. We got to stop this because we about to lose our slaves.
Yeah.
They're going to want to be educated more and so forth and so on. I want to see how this thing with Barack going to go, man.
I know.
Because I think our people is, the greatest devil might be sitting up in there now, Just like Conan the Barbarian, man. James L. Jones or whatever his name is. Was the devil.
But the regular pattern is they're going to try to cover the devil up. They'll put on the best face. They'll put a Hollywood production on. They'll make the people
started already.
to cry
They've been
and be
doing that all the
sympathetic
time.
and not know what the reality is, what's really going on behind them, and their real revolt against the real of Ahezaah, and getting the people to follow them in that revolt, not recognizing that how much danger that they truly are in, and not fearing Allah.
The real big thing about this whole thing, people might think we just blowing smoke, and this president is already setting us up, throwing it out there, you dissenters, you pessimistic people, and this, that, and the other, because he know the people gonna stand up against him. We can do it. And what you trying to save? Instead of trying to save the people's lives for their souls, he trying to save this government. Instead of him standing up and talking about truth, he castigating his ministers and the church, letting you know the church don't rule me.
Yeah.
I place my politics over this church, over God.
Right.
You understand? So the heavy thing is that our people, have to realize that what's most important is what they're missing, and that is turning away from the society as a whole and getting with the commandments of the Lord Most High, because that's what's going to count at the end and the beginning of their new life and the next life, and that's a serious situation. It ain't. I mean, the Lord is taking this nation down, not them rich men who did Wall Street. The Lord is the one made them lose their mind and think that they can gamble with the money and do whatever they was doing to cause this problem. And that's where we stand. So I guess we gotta go out here, my music playing. It's been a pleasure sitting up here with you brothers.
Then relieve me of these beliefs whereby you receive me for understanding to perceive me. For beginners, you got a sharp tongue that's really a dull one.